What's going on, everyone? So, Skip and Shannon over on Undisputed is a very popular show. Now, I'm not really a fan of it, primarily because, I just can't stand listening to Skip Bayless. He just talks so much nonsense for the sake of talking nonsense, and it's a ratings thing. Stephen A. Smith does the same thing. There's a lot of guys in just this media industry that just spew a bunch of nonsense just to, have a point of debate and to just cause some controversy and get people talking and get the catching headlines and stuff. And Skip Bayless kind of evolved into the ultimate version of that, where he just spews a bunch of nonsense and has no real understanding or IQ of the game of basketball. Even guys like JJ Redick have just blatantly called him out and made him look like just a clueless troll on live television. So it's not just my opinion. There's evidence of this on numerous occasions. And Shannon, I love Shannon. I think he makes some great points. He doesn't try to pretend like he's this expert. Skip tries to pretend at times that he just knows everything about everything. Where Shannon, at times I don't know. I haven't done, And I enjoy listening to Shannon. Shannon's kind of became America's sweetheart when it comes to sports media shows and stuff like that. And, now he's doing his own thing. And it was always kind of a question of how long would this marriage last? Especially lately, last few months, there have been a lot of tension between Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless over some of the things that Skip Bayless has said, a couple tweets that he made, especially about Hamlin when he had his collapse. There was all that stuff that Skip Bayless said that I don't want to get into too heavily here, but really bothered Shannon Sharpe. And then they had their big blow up on set, and then there was all the reports and rumors and stuff going on behind the scenes, and Shannon just kind of was in a rock and a hard place because they didn't want Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe was looked at as nah, that ain't happening, right? Fox had no intention at all of getting Shannon Sharpe, but Skip Bayless was the sort of driving force and catalyst of no, I need this guy for my show, right? Once Skip and Stephen A. and everything just kind of came apart. So Shannon Sharpe, for the last 7 years, because that's how long he's been with Skip now, last 7 years, they've had their show. And Skip has said on numerous occasions how just thankful and blessed he is because of Skip Bayless, because of what Skip has done for him in his career post-football. He's been his sort of mentor, his guide, all of that stuff, and kind of taken him under the wing and really kind of vouch for him and put him in the position that he's in many ways. And so he's very grateful. So you could see those struggles, and he was always kind of tiptoeing around. So in my opinion, it's no surprise that we got the latest news that Shannon Sharpe is going to leave Undisputed and is planning on, the relationship is basically ending. Supposedly Skip Bayless confirmed this. And again, I don't think that this is a huge shock, right? Shannon Sharpe now is very known in this space. He's a guy that, people love and are willing to listen to and willing to take his advice and opinions based on sports. And now he's got his own thing. He's doing his own podcast thing. He's doing his own show. And you're actually seeing a lot of people kind of transition into this. Even guys that are on these talk shows. Think of Nick Wright. Nick Wright's got his show. Colin Cowherd, right? Colin Cowherd's got The Volume, right? And that's doing really good. So that's kind of where we're going from a media sense. Even Stephen A's got his own things in Stephen A's world, and they're doing a lot of solo projects and stuff like that. But you're seeing a lot of these big shows starting to kind of get broken up. And now look, Undisputed probably isn't going anywhere. Skip Bayless will just have a new co-host. And Shannon Sharpe will probably go do his own thing or go to another show or maybe start a new show or, just do his own independent stuff, right? That very well could be the case. It makes a lot of sense for him. But you're even seeing guys like Max Kellerman ended up leaving or getting, not leaving, but ended up getting replaced for Pat McAfee. So you kind of have, like, that's kind of the new wave, right? You got these super popular guys that are blowing up on the internet and doing their own shows and doing their own thing. I just think eventually all of these shows that you see on like ESPN and Fox Sports and all that stuff, I think that all of those things sooner or later are going to go away. I think all of those things will eventually transition to like streaming. And, you know, it's going to be curious to see what Shannon Sharpe is exactly going to do. I mean, maybe at some point when you're watching this video, maybe we have some more information, we have more details. Right now, at the time of me recording this, at least, there's not like a ton of information. Just that Skip Bayless is reportedly going to need a new partner because Pro Football Hall of Famer turned talking head Shannon Sharpe has reached a contract buyout agreement with Fox Sports to end his 7-year run alongside Bayless for Fox Sports 1's Skip and Shannon Undisputed. So there's not even like any confirmation. That he will also reportedly be taking his club's Shay Shay podcast with him from Fox. So he's going very likely solely independent. Now, again, we'll see how this goes. He's supposed to be sticking around till after the NBA Finals. So once the NBA Finals is over, end in June, that's when Shannon Sharpe is supposed to be leaving. So I imagine we'll get some type of, farewell. I'm sure we'll get some type of announcement. Shannon Sharpe, I'm sure, will address and talk about like his decision and what he's going to do. So I'm sure this will be and will continue to be a developing story. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the whole Skip and Shannon and hearing Shannon Sharpe go, Skip, come on, Skip. Like, I don't know. Their playfulness at times was a lot of fun to watch. I enjoyed listening to Shannon Sharpe. Sometimes you can tell he's more of a fan at times than he is an actual analyst. But I think that's what made Shannon Sharpe so lovable. I think that's what made him so much fun on that show, is you just had the obnoxious Skip Bayless that just drove most people crazy. And then you just had Shannon Sharpe, who kind of said what a lot of the fans say and think. He's always just like, it's kind of like the voice of the fans, the voice of the world at times. And, I think that was a good dynamic. So whoever Skip adds to Undisputed, I think he needs to look for something similar to that. You're never going to replace Shannon Sharpe, right? But what you can do is you can find somebody that is that kind of fan, right? Somebody that gives you that sort of fan perspective, says some stuff that you can tell, like, he's just saying, he doesn't even believe that, but he just loves that guy so much. Like some of his LeBron takes, right? It's just like some of them, he's just clearly fanboying out, right? And so again, I think that is which made that dynamic a lot of fun. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how Skip and Undisputed transition. He still gets great ratings, right? Skip still, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think Undisputed's going anywhere because that show still gets a lot of great ratings. Skip is a guy that gets a lot of attention and really does know how to play in to the hate and just people, reacting. That's why he does a lot of what he does. I'm not a real fan of that. Like, if I'm going to listen to, a talk, I want to hear real, like, analysis. Like, I don't mind people's opinions. I don't mind, hearing things. But, like, make it logical. Make it make sense. Even if it is total BS, at least make it make sense. Like, sometimes the stuff that Skip just says, it's just, like, it's almost like the drunk idiot that's, like, never actually watched a game and just wants to talk sports, like, because everyone else is talking sports and they're just speaking nonsense and you're just kind of looking at them like, dude, get away from me. Like, one, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Two, like, you're just annoying me. It's kind of how I feel about Skip, like, 90% of the time, so we'll see how it all plays out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. So pass the question on you. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this whole Skip and Shannon thing? again, this kind of feels like the inevitable. This kind of feels like something that we knew was coming sooner rather than later. It's kind of been building this direction. I am curious to see if at some point we start hearing because again, you're going to get that PC answer. I'm thankful for Skip. I love Skip. I'm just great for everything that we did. But I want to go do my own thing. I got my, club Shay Shay that's doing really well. And I want to be able to pursue things for myself, that kind of thing, right? But I wouldn't be shocked if we start getting the reports of like, this is what really happened, right? Shannon was just sick of the BS. And he didn't want things to start going down an unnecessary path. I could definitely see that kind of being what the talking point ends up evolving into and becoming. But anyway, again, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Is there anyone specific that comes to mind that you'd want to see next to Skip Bayless? Maybe you get Stephen A. and Skip back. That could be kind of interesting. They did have great ratings together. But, Stephen A.'s got all his things going on, so I don't even know if that's something that could happen. But I don't know. Max Kellerman seems to be looking for a job. So, I don't know. Again, let me know.